till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is a tag.
Hi everyone and welcome to Protocol 36. Mysterio being alive is one of the most popular theories out there when it comes to the MCU, as in the comics and in Far From Home he's shown to be the master of illusions. And at the end of Far From Home, Mysterio quote unquote died thanks to a ricochet bullet. But since he said in the film that he's prepared for every scenario and there's a chance that he could still be alive, will he show up in MCU Spider-Man 3? Now when it comes to Mysterio's fate in Far From Home, I'm one of the people who thinks that he could still be alive, as not only did he have plans of what would happen if Peter was successful in taking him down, which happened. His final words to Peter could also be a hint. You'll see, Peter, people need to believe, and nowadays they'll believe in anything, which he doesn't have to be alive for that point to be proven. However, I think Mysterio would do whatever he can to make sure that he will survive just to see that happen to Peter. Not to mention, Peter wasn't really clear when he asked Edith whether he was alive or not, and she just said that all illusions are down. So Quentin could still be alive and possibly going out of Tower Bridge after Peter got out, therefore preparing the footage and leaking it to the Daily Bugle. So with Mysterio tricking everyone into thinking that he's the real hero and Peter Parker's the villain, I think he would one day show himself to claim all the praise and glory from the public and possibly be one of the people to take down Spider-Man, whether that be in the third film or possibly a fourth when they do a Sinister Six film facing Tom Holland's Peter Parker. And one thing a lot of people love when it comes to the heroes sacrificing themselves for the greater good is them coming back from the dead, which happened with Captain America. So I think Mysterio would love that kind of parallel since he has taken ideas and inspirations from other heroes in the MCU. Not to mention, there have been many characters who have faked their deaths in the MCU, the popular one being Loki and of course Nick Fury in The Winter Soldier. So I think since Mysterio is the master of illusions, it would make a lot of sense for him to fake his death and possibly return in Spider-Man 3. And I think if it was going to return, it would be in a background role, manipulating and monitoring what's happening to Peter Parker and how he's going to clear his name. And at the end of the film, I wouldn't be surprised if they start forming the Sinister Six, which is something Amy Pascal has said that they're leading towards. So having a Spider-Man villain who was a member of the classic Sinister Six to come back and cause further mayhem to a friendly neighborhood hero, as it's kind of hard for someone like Mysterio to just be a one and done, and I can see him coming back for just a little bit more, as to many people he is one of their favorite MCU villains out there, and Jake Gyllenhaal is amazing in the role as well. So will Mysterio appear in MCU Spider-Man 3? I think there's a good chance that he will appear, and I don't think Far From Home would be the last time we will see him, but at the end of the day anything is possible, and if he wasn't going to appear in Spider-Man 3, I think there's a higher chance he would appear in a film where Tom Holland's Peter Parker finally faces off the Sinister Six, which I've mentioned before is something that they're definitely leading towards, as they have used many villains who are members of that group. So I can definitely see Marvel and Sony bringing back Jake Gyllenhaal. However, what about you guys? Do you think Mysterio will show up in MCU Spider-Man 3? If so, if not, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and want more, subscribe. To begin, Protocol 36.